All right, settle down, folks, because I'm about to drop some truth bombs that might sting a little, but trust me, it's for your own good. You know, a lot of people ask me, dude, what is your secret to making serious bank in the markets? And honestly, I tell them the truth, but nobody ever believes me. They think I'm holding out, hiding some magic indicator or a secret Discord group. Nah, my friends. It's much simpler and much more brutal than that. Let's be real this year. In just the first 3 months, over 12 million new stock accounts popped up. 12 million. That's like a small country deciding to go all in on stocks. Both fresh faces and seasoned veterans, just flooding the market with pure, unadulterated enthusiasm. And what happens next, almost immediately? A massive chunk of these eager investors fall into this ridiculous, maddening loop. They buy a stock, it drops like a rock, they sell it in a panic, and then it skyrockets. It's like the market has a personal vendetta against them, right? Some of you are probably sitting there, nodding your heads vigorously, thinking, exactly. It's like some shadowy institution is literally watching my portfolio, waiting for me to make a move. Then they pounce. And look, I get it. That feeling sucks. It makes you want to throw your phone across the room. But here is the kicker, folks. It's not some grand conspiracy. It's not a secret cabal of evil billionaires targeting your 300 shares of Apple. No, my friends, it's much more mundane and far more terrifying. It's an insane, almost unbelievable productivity gap. A chasm between the tools you're using and the tools the big boys are wielding. You have to admit it, you really, really do. The capital market today, it's not your grandpa's market anymore. It is not that cozy little world where you could just manually punch in orders, listen to some whispers in the golf club, and get rich slow, or even fast. Those days are long gone, like dial-up internet and blockbuster video. Today, a huge number of professional institutions have fully embraced what I like to call big model energy, meaning they're all about those advanced AI systems. These guys, with their supercomputing power, they can crank out an entire industry report in mere seconds. They can hoover up every single piece of relevant information across the entire internet. And I mean every piece, and then in milliseconds, not minutes, not seconds, milliseconds. They execute quantitative trades. They're basically playing chess against you with a supercomputer, while you're still trying to figure out if your rook moves sideways. And what about most of us? The regular Joes and Janes, the individual investors? What's our ultimate weapon in this high-stakes battlefield? A 5 or 6-inch screen on our smartphone. That's it, folks. That is our mighty sword and shield. And let me tell you, that's not investing. That's not even a fair fight. That's like showing up to a modern electronic laser tag arena with a stone axe from the agricultural age and expecting to win. You see the problem here, right? This colossal disadvantage created by this tool gap. This massive difference in technology. Do you honestly think you can bridge that gap with just personal effort by staring at your phone screen for an extra 2 hours a day? By reading more financial news? Come on, be serious. That's like trying to bail out a sinking ship with a teaspoon. So, what do regular people need? What's the real solution here? It's not about spending more time glued to your screen, frantically watching every tick. It's not about becoming a day trader, losing your hair and your sanity. No, what we desperately, unequivocally need is what I call I for all, a democratization of AI. Because AI algorithms, they shouldn't be a weapon, a fancy scythe for the privileged few to reap profits from the unsuspecting masses. No, these incredible tools, these powerful algorithms, they should be used to boost fairness, to boost efficiency, to give ordinary investors, people like you and me, access to high-dimensional productivity tools, tools that were once only available to the super elite. And that's exactly where this bad boy comes in. This is the Jufeng G2 AI stock machine. This product, this incredible piece of tech, it was born from that exact philosophy, that exact logic. I've been using it for a while now, and honestly, the biggest change I've noticed, it's not even about making more money, though that's a nice bonus. The biggest change is the massive amount of physical and mental energy it saves, and the reduction in anxiety, pure, unadulterated peace of mind. Before, I was constantly glued to my phone, switching between apps, refreshing charts. My hands would cramp up, my eyes would ache, and my heart, oh man, my heart would be pounding out of my chest, and inevitably, I'd make some stupid mistake, a misclick, a wrong number, all because of the stress and the tiny screen. Now, I just set this thing up on my desk, and it's totally stress-free. It covers everything, from screening stocks, to diagnosing market trends, to answering your questions, to constantly monitoring the market, and even learning and practicing different strategies. It basically takes all that powerful AI capability that used to be locked away in those high-end circles, and it turns it into an independent, intelligent terminal that anyone can use. Need to check a sector, need to find some specific data, just ask this AI assistant. It'll sort out the core trends for you in mere seconds. You can literally just talk to it. Little Jew, how's the new energy sector doing today? And for those of us who don't have the luxury of staring at charts all day, who constantly miss out on opportunities, because life gets in the way, this AI monitoring feature, oh my God, it's a game changer, it's divine. You just set up your rules, tell it what you're looking for, and it monitors the market for you, 24/7. When institutional money starts moving, when there's a black swan event risk, when anything important happens, it sends you an alert. It not only saves you a ridiculous amount of time, but it also stops you from making emotional, irrational decisions, which, let's be honest, is probably where most of us lose money. And the hardware. Let's talk about the hardware, this iconic 13.2-inch large screen. It's not just for trading. You can split the screen, watch your stocks on one side, and work on a document on the other. Or you can watch a show, scroll through short videos, even play games. It's literally one machine doing the job of three. The value for money, it's off the charts. It's a no-brainer. Tomi, using advanced AI technology to disrupt this inherently unfair wealth game to allow more ordinary people to enjoy the benefits, to level the playing field. That's what tech companies should be doing. That's their true purpose, and that's exactly what the Jufeng G2 AI stock machine does. It gives you professional equipment so you can make professional decisions, instead of relying on your bare eyes and a tiny little smartphone to fight against complex algorithms. And when you have this kind of tool in your arsenal, you'll find that facing the unpredictable, ever-changing market, you'll have less anxiety and more of that sweet, sweet certainty that technology can provide. You'll be able to navigate the ups and downs of the market with a lot more confidence, a lot more composure, and a lot more peace of mind. Now, let's get down to brass tacks. I hear some of you, but dude, I'm not a tech genius. I don't understand all this AI stuff. And that is precisely the point. You don't have to be. This isn't about becoming a quantitative analyst overnight. This is about simplifying, about making the complex accessible. Think about it like this. When you drive a car, you don't need to understand the internal combustion engine down to every last piston, right? You just need to know how to turn the wheel and press the pedals. This AI stock machine is exactly like that. It's the driving wheel for your investments, making the incredibly sophisticated technology under the hood work for you, without you needing a PhD in computer science. And let me tell you, this isn't some pie in the sky fantasy. This is happening right now. The financial world is evolving at lightning speed, and if you're not evolving with it, you're not just standing still, you're actually falling behind. Massively. It's like being an accountant who still uses an abacus when everyone else has Excel. You'll get the job done eventually, but you'll be working 10 times harder for a fraction of the efficiency. I often talk about the cost of life, not just in dollars and cents, but in hours, in mental energy. Every hour you spend frantically glued to your phone, stressing over market fluctuations. That's an hour you could have spent with loved ones, an hour developing a new skill, an hour just chilling and recharging. And when you quantify that, when you put a real value on your time, you realize that every unnecessary minute you spend agonizing over a trade, that's a direct hit to your life's precious balance. That is why I advocate for tools that give you back your time, tools that reduce anxiety, tools that empower you to live a richer life. Not just financially, but in every sense of the word. This whole idea of one machine for three, it is not just a marketing gimmick, it is a testament to efficiency. Think about your typical setup: a phone for trading, a laptop for work or entertainment, maybe a tablet for reading. It's a mess of screens, a tangle of cables, and a constant juggling act. This device streamlines all of that. It's a dedicated financial co-pilot that also happens to be a fantastic productivity and entertainment hub. It declutters your physical space, and more importantly, your mental space. And let's talk about those golden nuggets, those toxic chicken soup quotes. I love so much. Remember, every unnecessary consumption is an employee you personally fired who could have helped you make money. Think about that in the context of wasted time and effort in investing. Every moment you spend on inefficient, outdated methods, that's time and potential profit. You're essentially firing from your personal wealth building team. This AI machine, it is like hiring an entire team of highly skilled, tireless financial analysts for a fraction of the cost, working for you around the clock. It's about making smarter choices, not harder choices. It's about leveraging technology to gain an edge, not just to keep up. In a world where information is king and speed is queen, having a tool that can instantly synthesize vast amounts of data and present it in an actionable format, that is not just an advantage, that is a superpower. It allows you to move with precision and confidence instead of blindly fumbling in the dark. I've seen so many people get burned by chasing hot tips, by listening to noisy gurus, by trying to outsmart the market with sheer willpower. And you know what? The market doesn't care about your willpower. It cares about math, and it cares about psychology. And when you have a tool that helps you understand the underlying math and helps you sidestep the psychological traps, that is when you start playing a different game altogether. A game where the odds are finally actually in your favor. This is about taking control, about reclaiming your financial sovereignty. It's about not being a victim of the market's whims, but becoming a participant who understands its rhythms, who can anticipate its movements. It's about having a compass in a storm, a flashlight in the dark, a loyal companion on your wealth building journey. It is about empowering the individual investor, the everyday hero, to stand tall against the giants, to play on an even field, or dare I say, even a slightly tilted field, in your favor. So, if you're tired of feeling like you're constantly fighting an uphill battle, if you're sick of watching your hard-earned money evaporate because of outdated methods, if you want to experience what truly modern investing feels like, then you need to check this out. This isn't just a gadget. It is a paradigm shift. It is the future of how everyday people interact with the markets. And trust me, you want to be on the right side of this revolution. Remember, the goal isn't to get rich quick. That is a fool's errand. The goal is to get rich smart, to get rich patiently, to build sustainable wealth that truly sets you free. And sometimes, that means embracing the tools that make the journey not just possible, but genuinely enjoyable, less stressful, and ultimately more profitable. This is about working smarter, not just harder. It is about giving yourself the unfair advantage in a world that often feels rigged against you. So, stop overtrading, stop paying exorbitant fees for things you don't understand, and definitely stop letting those pretentious financial terms intimidate you. Embrace simplicity, embrace patience, and embrace the power of smart technology. Stay boring. Stay patient. Peace.